Why are kids getting sick? Obesity, body positivity, and being the model. Children and chronic disease. According to data, about 43% of kids in America have a chronic condition. Also, about 66% of Americans total have at least one chronic disease. Sickness is on the rise of all types. It really does not have to be this way, but we can live in an environment where the conditions are stacked against us. I mean, these disease rates are through the roof. They were not like this at all. And there's a lot of reasons that we're going to go through, and ultimately the power is in our hands. What causes chronic conditions in children? There are many factors for this. There's a lot of marketing to kids on poor nutrition. Also, we have a lot of entertainment. So we're also chronically sedentary. There are more. These are two factors that breed disease. Family culture is very important. It's not that we inherit disease, it's that we inherit our family's ways of being, which may not be the best for our own health. Childhood obesity. Childhood obesity has dramatically skyrocketed over the recent decades. It has actually tripled in the past 50 years. This is a big problem, and it has gotten a lot worse during the pandemic. If we don't address this, it can lead to a lot of outcomes down the line. Obesity opens the gate to all sorts of chronic diseases, and we have to keep that in mind. Kids gained a lot more weight during the pandemic, but due to a concept called recidivism, it's something that loses easily. It's not like, oh, it's over now, they go back to normal weight. No, it doesn't really work like that. Now it's a lot more prevalent, and it's a lot harder. Body positivity. Now, this is a concept of accepting who you are, but with the premise, if that there's a problem, you should ignore it. Now, this in itself is a problem. I believe you should always accept yourself and not be shamed. But if there's an issue, that's not self-love to ignore it. Understand that obesity can open the door to a host of chronic diseases, as I just said. And life of pain is not really worth living, and we're not living up to our optimal potential. It's left to have awareness of the problem and then make necessary changes and growth from that place. You can be an inspiration to others when you do this and be the model for what is actually possible. Be the model. As a parent, it's important to model health, and we do this through our everyday habits and our nutrition, sleep, exercise, and stress management, self-care, and more. Understand that we are always the model. The question is, are we worth following or not? You have the ability to affect change for generations to come. The example you set could possibly affect generations to create generational health, which is the concept of creating healthy offspring for a long time. We talk about generational wealth, right? Like each generation has that wealth. But as in America, we have consistent disease that is just getting worse. What if we can flip that? It starts with us. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning into the show. For more, you can head over to anthonygastella.com for articles, coaching, and other free resources. Also, if you can, leave a review for the show, let people know what you think, and I would appreciate that so much. Support the mission of freedom. Thanks for being on this mission with me, and I promise to give you more powerful, empowering, great content to help transform your life. Thanks for tuning in.